I'm normally the only woman of color or the only person of color on set. It's really, really, really important that we start pushing these boundaries for more people of color to be involved in the fashion industry. My name is Duckie Thot and I'm a fashion model. I believe that Black Lives Matter. I love being in the fashion industry. It's my passion. It was what I was born to do. But for me, sometimes it can be lonely. Being a Black woman in the fashion industry normally means that you are by yourself. It has been amazing to hear the different conversations about diversity throughout the last few years and how there are more Black models on the runway and on covers than there's ever been. But we need to pose the question, what about behind the camera? What about behind the lens? What are we doing there? Corporations normally don't have a diverse board. We need to push the boundaries and ask them to do more. We need to ask them, do you really care about Black lives? Are you really willing to help us during this time? This is a time where we can all challenge and push the boundaries, no matter where we are, no matter our workspace. It's important that we use our voices and our platform to be on a united front and stand for what really matters. Diversity is important. Black lives are important. Do your job and educate yourself. For me, normally being on set, I am the only person of color on set. Whether it be a small job or a big campaign. Now think about it. You have the cameraman, you have his whole team, you have a lighting team, you have, the client's team, you have hair and makeup, you have everyone's teams. And normally I'm by myself. That being said, I'm normally the only woman of color or the only person of color on set. It's really, really, really important that we start pushing these boundaries for more people of color to be involved in the fashion industry. Not only will this help us be more diverse, it is a problem that we could definitely fix, and it's a problem we can all tackle together. I think it's really important that we challenge these big companies and corporations to also diversify their boards across the board. When you look at large companies, you don't really see much representation up there. And I think for me, it's been very difficult to see many women of color, Black women of color, on the cover of magazines, and knowing that at the top of the chain, there's not a single person of color there. The fashion industry has such a huge influence on our worlds today. You can see it on your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube. We're affected by fashion everywhere we look. It is one of the most beautiful things about my industry. But we also have to understand this influence also comes with power. We need to do more. We need to get in front of this current movement and be about the change. We as the fashion industry need to hold ourselves accountable of people's overall sense of self. Self-love is so important. It is one of the main reasons why we all thrive. Having that and feeding that is one of the most beautiful things you could possibly do. So please remember that we need to push the boundaries of diversity within this community.